Hey there, folks. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to a brand new movie review. I want to talk about this one for the longest time. I don't think I've ever reviewed this either. Came out in 2007, starring Shia LaBeouf. Now, with Shia LaBeouf, you can either love him or hate him. The Transformers films. I liked him in Lawless. Eagle Eye, I definitely like that one. Didn't care for him in Indiana Jones Crystal Skull. I just didn't care for him. But this is one of those films that I feel is underrated when it comes to his movies. And it is Disturbia. This is a very good thriller. About a boy who is basically, I want to say he's on house arrest, and he has nothing to do but spy on the neighbors, and he feels like one of his neighbors could be a serial killer. So he investigates, and things take a turn for the worse. I really like this movie. You got Carrie-Anne Moss in this, who plays his mother, Trinity herself. Sarah Romer, who's in, she's been in like other teen films. David Morse plays the killer in this, and he's great. He is so good in this. He's very intimidating. He's got that on-screen presence that makes him just vicious looking. I don't know. He's just so good in this. But yeah, like, there's a little bit of a backstory in this film where you see why Shia LaBeouf's character, Kale, acts the way he does. And it's because he feels responsible for his dad's death. They're fishing in the beginning, and they get in a car wreck, and his dad basically doesn't make it, but he does. And he's got to live with that, and his teacher says something to him that pisses him off about his dad. He punches him, and because of that punch, he gets house arrest for like 3 months. And so I like this because it shows you how bored things can get if you were on house arrest. I've never been, but it's like watching this movie, I can understand. He tries to play his Xbox, his mom tells him to clean his room. He does laundry, dishes. He can't go outside. Well, if he goes outside, he can't leave the yard because his bracelet will beep and then the cops will come. So he really is confined to his house. This girl moves in next door, Sarah Romer's character. She moves in, and he's spying on her. He's looking at her. You know what's funny? Didn't I review a movie where somebody was looking at somebody recently? Oh, yeah, that's right. Here we go. What's with these movies where they're just peeping at these women? I don't know. Sarah Romer, she's hot. Anyway, but he's looking at her with binoculars, through the window. And when he goes from room to room, you can see different neighbors. David Morse is living in this house, and Kale is looking at him as well. And they kind of don't touch on him being a serial killer until like almost the middle of the film, because it gets going to where you learn about the girl who moves in, what's going on with Kale and his bracelet, and like, the cops come and do all this stuff. So, something turns up on the TV or something about these missing women. And one of the cars that was seen in the incident had a bashed-in fender. And so, Kale looks out the window and he sees that same car description, and it's his neighbor, David Morse. And he pulls the car into the garage, and it's got a bent fender, or like a bashed-in fender. So he puts two and two together. Figures out that the killer's from Texas. He's got a longhorn skull, which is popular in Texas, I guess. when he calls the cops on David Morse's character, basically, the cops, show up and don't find anything, and his car doesn't have a bashed in fender anymore. He basically fixed it, I guess, overnight. So all these things start to come to a head because it's like he's trying to prove to everybody that this guy is a serial killer. This woman comes over, he's looking at it through the window. This woman comes over, and there's like a struggle going on within the house. She's running around, and he looks like he has a knife in his hand. But he's trying to prove all this. I don't want to give away what happens in the third act because there's a lot that happens. But let's just say that Cale, his friend, and Sarah Romer, they all get together and they basically form a stakeout. So, he has a camera where you can go portable or whatever and show up on the computer like a security thing, all that stuff. So they're trying to solve this mystery. And like I said, things take a turn for the worse. Very, very good movie. I highly enjoyed this. This has commentary by the director, and Shia LaBeouf is also in the commentary. Deleted scenes, the making, there's outtakes and bloopers, which are actually really funny. Music video, Don't Make Me Wait, which is actually one of the popular songs in this movie, basically where he kisses the girl for the first time. But like, I like the whole thing where he's like stuck in his house, and the buildup of what is he, what's he going to do today? He can't do this, he can't do that, so he's just spying on people. And because of that, because of his house arrest, if you think about it, because of that, he was able to try to figure out if his neighbor is a murderer or a serial killer. If it wasn't for that house arrest incident, then it never would have happened. So I find that interesting. It says right here, every killer lives next door to someone. That's actually true. You never know if your next door neighbor is a serial killer or a felon or, a pedophile or something. Like, you never know these people. People put on faces, you just never know. But that's true. But this is a very good thriller, guys. If you have not seen this movie, I definitely recommend. I know there's not a lot of people who favor Shia LaBeouf. I think he's a good actor when he chooses the right roles. I think he does a good job. He's very spirited. He's very blunt in the stuff he says, and I know he went kind of crazy there for a while. And walked away from acting, and then he came back. I feel like he's picked a lot of good roles since then. There's like, what's that one called, The Peanut Butter Falcon or whatever it is. But yeah, this one's good, guys. I think you'd definitely enjoy this. Definitely in my top. This would definitely be my top 5 favorite Shia LaBeouf films. It might even be my favorite. I don't know. I'd have to look through all of his films to determine that, but it's definitely a good one. So that's my review of Disturbia, and it came out in 2007. So yeah, definitely check it out. Like I said, I think you guys would like it. So let me know what you thought of Disturbia down in the comments if you have seen it. Stay tuned for more movie reviews. I got a lot coming up here, so thank you for watching. Subscribe, share my videos, and I'll see you guys next time.